Hi guys, so I thought I would check in and tell you guys how my decluttering and organizing has gone. So I'll show you where I left off in the last video to show you a before of this area. So as you can see, it was just like, there was kind of no order to it, and it was kind of overstuffed, and it didn't look very neat or tidy. I was running out of room for my kids' books, so I was throwing books on top of other books, and it was a mess. So I'm finally finished, and I am very happy with it. This has pretty much stayed the same setup. I just took everything out and gave everything a good cleaning. Dusted off every little item, the whole shelf, everything. So this is my reborning stuff. So I've got eyes and eyelashes, magnets, poster putty, felt circles, that should say. I might need to update that because I moved the bigger felt pieces somewhere else that fit better, and bows. So I think I need to update this one because it needs to say mini bows so I know exactly, but I think I kind of know anyway. We've got some actual pacifier clips, like with the ribbon attached. They're monkey ones that I will send out with dolls that I make. We've got like sealers like glue and baby hospital bracelets. I've got my pacifiers that I use for the dolls I make. I've got one drying rack here. My other drying rack is there being used currently. I've got these little things that I used to have mohair sorted by color, but I kind of buy mohair as needed now. So this bottom one right now only has like these little like, I don't even know what you would call them, cleaning cotton swabs, but they're like toothpicks. They're great for like getting in creases when painting. So that's all I have in there right now. And then I have like some mohair up top. I've got like scented wafers and stuff. So I haven't quite figured out how exactly I want to organize these things in here. So I removed my previous labels I had on until I figure that out. Then this is all the same. This is where my paintbrushes go, but they're down there. And then I've got my acrylic paints for my other crafting. And then I've got my Genesis heat set paints all organized. That's the same. This shelf is so much better than it used to be if you look at the previous video. So what I basically was able to do is I basically got rid of almost all of my crafting books. I went through them all and just took pictures of the pages that I want, and I sold all of them this morning, which is great. So I managed to put all of my colored cardstock here. Well, this is all the 8x10 colored stock. My 12x12 oh my god, I can't talk. So what I've done here is I've got all of my 8.5x11 colored cardstock, and my 12x12 colored cardstock is in other spots. Like I have drawers that fit those size pages, plus I have drawers, plus I have some like in under storage bins or something, and I also have some in my scrapbook on the go folder. And then I have mini paper pads here. I have one giant paper pad here. And I have a couple of empty photo albums. So like if I make a baby, if I want to include like a photo album of pictures of them with it. And then I also have a photo album with some of my past work. I've got my Scotch tape gun, adhesive gun for scrapbooking and card making, markers, there's the felt scraps and some more markers, I've got my sponges for painting. Another sponge for painting that I have to try this one. Angela had sent it to me. These little baskets, I used to use them sometimes for when I would seal the limbs with glue and let them dry in there. So I just keep those there in case I need to do that again. But if it ends up that I don't use them anymore, I might just use these baskets for something else. I forget, there was something somewhere, maybe in the storage room somewhere, that I was thinking I could use some baskets like this. But now I can't remember where I was thinking of using them. But anyway. And then down here I have, there's some tester limbs in there, like to try out different techniques on. Stockings to put the glass beads in. There's some extra ribbons in there, ribbons that I bought to make pacifier clips for that won't fit in my other ribbon bin. So there's more ribbons. I have more markers. These are brush markers, I believe, for scrapbooking, card making. And then I have more test limbs, and I also have I just realized maybe I shouldn't be having these things on top of here. This is my stamping thing, and having weight on that might wear down the foam. I just thought of that. So I might want to move these somewhere else. But these are like the, where I was trying out air dry paints and like tester looms. So I might put those somewhere else. So this is like my little, it's a, I don't know the proper term for it, but basically you put your cling rubber stamps on this side, and it kind of helps you keep them straight because there's a grid line, and then it helps you apply even pressure when you stamp them. So you use this, and like this lady that I watch on YouTube that does cards uses this a lot, and I thought it looked like a handy tool. And then I have watercolor brush pens. I really need to get into my card making again so I can use all of these. And then I've got my rooting pillow. Yeah, so I have those, and like I said, I think I'm going to move this so that I don't ruin this. Up top I also have, this is a non-stick crafting sheet for scrapbooking and whatnot. I've got my paper trimmer up there as well. And then down here I have my Cuttlebug, my Cricut cartridges and Cricut supplies, some Cuttlebug folders, and then I have some blank cards and envelopes for card making. I've got my journal and my gratitude journal and another photo album with my work in it. And then this is my sticker maker, and my Cricut machine is down there. So yeah, I have to find another spot for those. Excuse me. Oh, and also for anyone wondering what this is, this is the body and the eyes and stuff for the doll I'm currently working on. And then we have, and then I also still have my altered canvases up top. And we have like our wedding mementos up top like we always do. And then this is all Alex's books and his little knickknacks. And then more of his books and all the little, these are all things I've bought him over the years at Christmas. All the different like stocking things. And then these are my American Girl books, my Nick Carter book. And then starts the children's books. And this is a sand critter that I made when I was a kid at a water park. We came across it. Alex thinks it's funny. so we put it out. I was gonna get rid of it, but then I have my Taylor Swift magazines and the Reputation Stadium Tour book, and then I have all of my children's books, which was packed really full, but I took some of the themed books out. I think there was a couple of Easter books in there that I put into the Easter bin in our storage room, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So now I have some room if I want to get any more children's books. I love taking books to work to read to the girls. Even though they have tons of books at home, like, I always like bringing some new ones to share. So at least this way I have some room to add some more in there. It looks kind of sloppy now though, because they're not all standing upright anymore like they were. So I might put the Easter books back for now, just to get them standing up straight and looking nice. And then if I get any more books and need room, I can just take them out and put them back. Then down here, I've gone and sorted out all my rubber stamps that I use in card making and scrapbooking and stuff. So I have a bin strictly for my Christmas stamps. These are sentiment stamps, and then I have letter and image stamps, and some more ribbon, and then also hair bow supplies, like for making hair bows for the babies. Excuse me, my cold is still hanging on. I thought it was going away, but now it seems to be coming back. Then I have this was my scrap on the go bin. So these are like things that I always use for scrapbooking and card making. So when I used to go to Michael's craft store for like scrapbook days or whatever, I would take this bin with me and have everything I need. And so now, like, when I scrapbook at home, it's good too, because I can just pull it out and everything I need is there. And then I have more Cuttlebug folders in here, as well as recycled cards. So I save certain Christmas cards, birthday cards, whatever, and put them in here so that if I want to cut anything out of them to reuse to make a new card, I can do that. I have some mini cards in here. I have watercolor pencils, all of my ink in here, and glitter and embossing powder here. This is my best of 2014 jar that I still have yet to put in a smash book. I really need to get that done. Basically, what I used to do is every year I would fill up this jar with scraps of paper. So like anytime something good would happen during the year, I'd write it on a scrap of paper, throw it in the jar, and then at the end of the year I could go through and read all the fun things and good things that happened during the year. But now that I have a gratitude journal, that's pretty much the same thing, where I write, you know, something that I'm grateful for every day, or like something good that happened. So I don't really need all the scraps of paper anymore. So this is from 2014, and I'm planning to put them into like a scrapbook or like a smash book. And then here I have like a circle paper punch that I use for cards or scrapbooks. And then I have little jars that have some little like flowers for crafting. And then I have different types of glue. This one seems to have dried up on me, so I got to get a new one of this because I really like this glue for card making. And also for like doing whatchamacallit, altered canvas. And then I got this little empty container. I found it when I was going through stuff. I'm going to take this to work to fill up with glue, so that I can just use like popsicle sticks and the girls can like apply their own glue for crafting projects. So I'm going to take that to work. Down here we have basically these are photographs that I have out for the current scrapbook I'm working on. And that's basically what it'll be used for. So like each time I'm going to start a scrapbook and I print out photos for it, they'll go in there. And then I have some more photos up top. I have Project Life cards. And this is, I believe, pencil crayons. And then I have odds and ends, so like my glue gun and paint brushes that are used for anything but reborning. And little paint palettes for like acrylic paints and stuff. I have this, this is like staplers, but they're like staplers that enable you to staple in the middle of a page. So like if you're making a little booklet or something. And then I have my punch board for making envelopes. And then this is pacifier clips for making pacifier clips. And then this is a little bin of Riley's toys. Have some, these are like karaoke cassettes and CDs, as well as cassettes and CDs of my singing from like when I was younger. They may have to just go in storage at some point, because I mean, I don't listen to them, but they're just there for now. So that's how the bookcases turned out. And now I'm going to show you our storage room, which I totally forgot to do a before shot of our storage room. So, hi. So this is our storage room. It's almost across from the bookshelves. And so this is how it looks, and I love it. So basically, before, we could barely open the doors to the pantry because there was so much stuff on the floor there. Also, this black shelving unit mostly had household items, and the stuff that I use for work was divided between this big bin at the bottom, one of those little bins, and then the rest was all like shoved onto, I think it was like 2 or 3 shelves in here. And when I originally did them like that, I thought it would work out well because I could kind of see everything I had better. But it actually didn't really work out well because everything was just kind of jammed in there. And so I'd really have to like dig through stuff to find what I needed for work. So now what I've done is I went and I took everything off of the shelving unit. I took everything out of here. It was a big job. It took pretty much all day. Took everything off of everything. Gave the shelving unit a really good thorough cleaning because it hasn't been done in a few years. Cleaned all the shelves in here because they were dusty. And then what I did is I got bins for my work stuff. And so pretty much all of this now pertains to my job. And I've organized them by themes, which is really awesome. So here's our grocery bags, which is not work related, but keeps them off the floor. So down here I have, in this big bin now, I just have strictly art and sensory supplies. So it's like, okay, I have an art activity or a sensory activity, I just go to that bin. I have games, I have letters, numbers, fine motor, gross motor, puppets, and musical instruments in here. St. Patrick's Day, animals and insects, fall, Thanksgiving and Halloween, which I was able to put the Halloween books in there along with fall books, or sorry, fall books would go in here, sorry, they were in there. We've got stuff for summer. Groundhog Day and spring I put together because I don't have much for Groundhog Day. I have like 2 or 3 activities that I printed off the internet, and the rest is spring. And there's room if I want to put any spring books or other spring activities in there. Puzzles and weather mouse / bear. So I have like a book in there that's a weather mouse. So it's like a book where you dress the mouse for the different seasons. And then I also have at work right now a printout that I laminated of a little bear that you have to dress for summer and winter. So those will go in there. I've got this is a sequencing game that I bought from an educational website. It just has like these different cards and then these tiles, so you have to fill in the blanks of the sequencing things. Now, the problem here is they have these little drawers in the box and there's holes in there, and I don't want the dust to get in there, so I'm going to try to come up with something else for this. I might just ditch the whole box and just put them in a big Ziploc bag is what I'm thinking. And then I can just shove them in one of the bins. But for now it's there. I considered putting it the other way with having this down, but then that means when I lift it, the drawers open and then everything falls out. So then I have my doctor kit, like with toy doctor supplies. Valentine's Day, Easter, and then there's like an Easter basket with eggs on top that I put in a bag to keep it dust free. It wouldn't fit in this bin. We've got Christmas and winter, which I think I couldn't find most of my Christmas supplies. I have a feeling I ended up putting the Christmas stuff in with our Christmas decorations. So when we take those out, I'll be able to like put them in there. And then I even have 2 extra bins because I totally forgot I had emptied this one. And because I had put it in another part of the apartment and I forgot that I had this empty bin, and I was like, darn it, I just like spent money on a bin when I already had one. So now we have an extra 2. There's a little one and a big one. And then on top of our storage unit, I've got our Easter spring wreath, my baby scale, and this is like a cake platter thing. So now in our pantry is all household items, because this shelf pretty much hasn't changed. It's always had like body lotions, body wash, shampoo, that kind of stuff on it, medications, vitamins, like, because sometimes I buy them in bulk, and like my Fortic comes in like these massive boxes and they give me 3 at a time, and I don't want them cluttering our kitchen counter, so they go in there. Kleenex for my purse, just stuff like that. Bath bombs, so this shelf really hasn't changed. I just kind of tidied it up and organized it better. But all these other things like these and you know, the toilet paper and all of that, Kleenex boxes, everything was like out in the open on here getting dusty, which annoyed me. So now it's kept in here dust free. So this shelf basically has our tinfoil and saran wrap, toilet paper. Right now we have some boxes of Kraft Dinner, but once those are gone, we can put more toilet paper. I did have to stash this Hungry Caterpillar puzzle in there because it was too big to fit in the spring bin, and it was too big to fit in the puzzle bin. So I just stuck it in there. We have some extra Space Saver bags, some light bulbs in that box, Alex's like hair cutting kit, some garbage bags, Kleenex, cleaning products basically, garbage bags, recycling bags, kitty litter, liners, Riley's food. And then down here I put our tools. Like, these tools used to be on top of there, and it was hard for me to get them down without them almost falling on me half the time. So now I can get to them if I need them. And then I do have a couple of other toys that wouldn't fit in the bins. These are pretty much used in like role play videos. So I just stuck them in there. We have some accessories for our vacuum. And then the bottom shelf is all diapers. Yep, lots of diapers. It's an assortment of diapers I use for my collection and diapers that I send out with dolls that I make. But I think eventually, like in the coming months, I'm going to probably go through them and kind of like wean them down a bit because it's just too much right now. So that's basically what I did. And then here pretty much hasn't changed. We've got distilled water for our humidifier. We've got our dehumidifier that we use in the summer. And then I also have a little basket where we put our rags to be washed. And we have our fan for the summer stored there. We have some kitty litter, step stool, and then we've got like our mops, and this is a baseboard cleaner thing I bought. And you know, buckets for mops and our recycling bin. On the back of the door I have our iron and ironing board, and our storage room came with this little cabinet which I keep some laundry stuff up top, and then it's like pretty much like all air fresheners there and in there. And our vacuum, our good old Dyson vacuum that I love so much. I love our Dyson vacuum. I was so excited when we were able to buy one. We had like a real cheapy vacuum when we first moved in here. And once we got married, we had like a gift card for Sears. So we combined that with some money that we got at the wedding to buy a Dyson vacuum. And I was so excited. It was like my toy. So there you have it. That is my organization finished. For now, we still need to do the kitchen, but I'm not in a rush to do it because there really isn't a ton that we have to get rid of in there. It's just mostly me wanting to clean the cupboards. So we'll get that done probably sometime in December or January, I'm thinking. Because right now I'm kind of more focused on getting this baby done and getting Christmas going. Getting decorations up, getting shopping done, then wrapping gifts. So Christmas mode. And then I'll be back to finish up the kitchen. And then I also need to go through all my baby stuff, which is going to be the biggest job yet. So I've left that for last because it's going to be a big job, and I really want to like try to clear out as much as I can with the baby stuff. But oh, also one good thing about the way this worked out is I had all of these in a drawer unit over here. So right now, this stuff that you're seeing on the floor is stuff I'm trying to sell on Marketplace. But right in this spot where these diaper bags are, I had a 4 drawer, like Rubbermaid drawer unit that I had originally bought to put like some craft supplies in. And I thought, oh, I can put it on wheels, because I had these wheels from another drawer unit, a smaller drawer unit that I had, but I chose not to put the wheels on it because I just have it sitting in our office with baby stuff in it. And I was like, I'll use the wheels from that to put on this bigger unit, and then that way I can just wheel it over to the island when I'm crafting. Well, it didn't work out because one of the drawers had all of my rubber stamps in it, which weighed a ton. So that combined with the other drawer that had tons of cardstock, the cardstock that I put up there, it was so heavy that the little slots that I put the wheels in broke, and the wheels would not stay in. So it's been just sitting in this corner for a year, and it just looked weird being there. It looked weird and it was bugging me. So I was able to take everything that was in that drawer unit and organize it on the bookshelf. And so what I was able to do then is I put the drawer unit that was there in the office, And the drawer unit that I used to have here was just like this. It was 2 big ones and 2 little ones. This one has 3 big ones and 2 little ones. So I got rid of the smaller one and put the bigger one here. And I posted it for sale, and it literally sold like the same day that I posted it. So that was great. So anyways, now that is totally it about my organizing. I totally forgot to tell you about that part. So I was just happy that I was able to get that out of there. So now, like, once I sell this stuff, and honestly, if it doesn't sell soon, I'm just going to donate it because I want it gone. Then this corner will be a little bit more tidy. So that'll be great. I also need to, I just realized I also need to go through this. I don't think there's much I want to get rid of on here, but I think I just need to go through and like really dust everything, because when that drawer unit was like stuck there, I couldn't move it to get in here to clean. So it's been like a year since I've cleaned all this, which is really bad. So I just need to clean all of that. But yeah, that is it. This video ended up being way longer than I intended, but I hope you enjoyed seeing my organizing process. And I'll sign off here, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.